of the morning, Raider Nation. It's your boy Samoan Raider back at it again with another Samoan Raider show on this Thursday morning, baby. But first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's up in the chat right now. We got Raider Diaz, we got Trey B, and we got Raider Ross in the building and Chain Go. Man, we got a lot of things to talk about in today's show, man. Of course, Maxx Crosby trade talks are continuing to heat up. As of right now, it seems like in the past 24 hours, we learned a lot more on the whole Maxx Crosby situation. I mean, the day before, we thought, okay, the Bears are going to be the favorites to bring in Maxx Crosby. And then yesterday, it seems like the Cowboys are jumping on front and maybe even the Rams. And I know that we're tired of talking about Maxx Crosby. I am tired of talking about Maxx Crosby as well. I just want to move on to the next thing, which we'll talk about a lot of free agent moves, a lot of players going into free agency, and some players that we could see coming over to the silver and black. But that being said, though, without further ado, got to bring on the big Oos, the honorary Oos, Joe Morley. What you doing, Oos? How you feeling? How's everything going?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. Like, dude, I'm like, is this week going by quick? Like, can we get there already? Can we just get to Monday? What does it start at 9 a.m.? Monday 9 a.m. The tempering starts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're talking about Monday. Yeah. Yep. Next Monday.
Let's not kid ourselves. Like, I saw a thing yesterday that I don't know if you saw this, but Cowboy fans are calling out Green Bay because they're saying that Green Bay. Somebody leaked a story that Green Bay officials have talked to Brandon Aubrey's officials, the kicker.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, we'll take that tampering penalty. Like, you can't be talking to people. Let's not kid ourselves. Teams are talking to agents already. That's what the NFL Combine is all about.
Yeah.
Is when they get together, they're talking. So if you don't think the Raiders are already like throwing it in free agents' ears of who they like and stuff, like, teams are already out there talking.
No, for sure. And like, especially behind the scenes, right? Like, they're getting a feel for a lot of things, especially when it comes to, big names and names like Maxx Crosby, right? There's always going to be people talking about it and people thinking about it. I mean, we're talking about it. It seems like every single day we're talking about Maxx Crosby, but we'll talk about Maxx Crosby a little bit later, though. But like I said, shout out to the chat. If you guys haven't already, man, hit that like button. If you guys haven't, it does a lot for the channel. It takes a little bit of your time, man. The Rams Maxx trade rumor was before the Chiefs Rams trade was announced, so the Rams aren't in the mix now. Crazy thing is, there's people out there, even more reports coming out afterwards saying that, GM might be like, F them picks and give up that 13th overall pick and maybe a future. They could still get Maxx Crosby if they wanted to. And that's just a hypothetical. If they really want to build a all-star type defense over there, and maybe bringing on Maxx might bring back Aaron Donald, and that'd be crazy. That'd definitely be crazy. Scott says stop with the rumor.
I don't know if you saw that rumor that before they made the deal for Kansas City, they said there was a projected rumor out there that the Rams called the Raiders and offered them the 29th overall pick and Puka for Maxx Crosby, and the Raiders were like, nah. So that was one of the deals that supposedly the Raiders have turned down. Supposedly the Raiders have turned down multiple deals for Maxx Crosby.
Yeah.
Because nobody has come with what the Raiders have asked for. The Raiders are asking for 2 first-round picks and a player. And if you don't want to give up the 2 first-round picks and a player, then they're not going to do it. So supposedly there's been offers of like a first, a second, a second, a fourth. It's like, no, this is the asking price. If you don't give us the asking price, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and like I told you off air, the only reason why it's so steep and why that the mark for us to trade him away, why the asking price is so steep is because the Raiders are not trying to trade Maxx Crosby away. Yeah. Unless Maxx Crosby says something to them, then okay, I think that they would accept an offer. And that's what I was saying. I think right now they're denying every option because they're not trying to trade him away. They have no intentions of trading him away. But teams are definitely inclined to call and see and feel how everything's going with Maxx Crosby. What the fuck?
Yeah, and somebody said the Rams are desperate. The Rams aren't desperate. It's just the way that they do business. The Rams, if you look at the Rams, they since Sean McVay, they are in a win mode now every year, and that's just the way that Les Snead runs his operations. Some GMs love draft picks, some GMs don't. The Rams have only made 1 first-round pick one first round pick since 2017. That's
Yeah.
it. Everything else they've traded. And that
Yeah.
one first round pick they made, Jared Verse. Like that was the year that I think that was, I don't know what Jared Verse was. What year was Jared Verse? It was the same year as Brock Bowers. So that was that's it right there. That other than that, they have T-shirts. They've made T-shirts in LA that say "F them picks," like because why? It's got them to the Super Bowl. It's won the Super Bowl, and not every team and not every GM can get away with it. But if you can show that trading a first round pick for a veteran guy or bringing a proven player in, because they traded the 29th overall pick yesterday for Trent McDuffie, who's only 25, proven Super Bowl winner, cornerback, great at his position, right? Like, are you going to get that kind of production from from the 29th pick right away? Probably not. So they're smart about it, but not. I don't think every team can do it. Like,
No.
hell,
We
I
talk.
was going to try to look up how many picks we have made. The Raiders have made since 2017 in the first round, and compare it to like, hey,
Yeah.
we drafted 10 guys and they drafted one guy, and
Yeah, and it hasn't panned out for us because we haven't been that team to be competitive. Eric says that he calls cap on the Puka thing. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think I doubt that they offered Puka, but if that was true, then that's kind of crazy because that's like their number one wide receiver right now. Maybe probably
yeah,
I
but
would have accepted that trade.
Puka in LA with Matthew Stafford versus Puka in Las Vegas with Fernando Mendoza, they're not the same guy. They're not. That's not a top 5 wide receiver. He drops a little bit. You saw it
I
with the
think
way Cooper
so.
Kupp went.
I think anywhere you put him, he'd be a top 10, top 5 receiver. You know,
But Puka in Las Vegas would be a TMZ dream. Like TMZ would
TMZ.
love that. They would
Why?
love Puka.
You think Puka would just be crazy? I don't think he's even that crazy.
Puka's had a bad offseason, like a crazy offseason.
Yeah, he's out there and the headlines and stuff like that. But whatever the price is, like I know that the Raiders are staying firm on it. And like I said, until Maxx Crosby tells them something or says something in the media, I don't think that they're getting off of that because why would they want to let go of Maxx Crosby just for whatever? The price is the price. They set the price, and if he ain't gonna go for that, we don't want it, man. We don't want it. And that's why I be telling people, hey, 2 firsts and a pick, dog. A 2 firsts and a player, and not just any player, a primary player who's that's what we want.
We've said it before, and I'll say it again. You can't replace a player like Maxx Crosby. It's so much that he does, the leadership, and then just the play on the field. Like I think I talked about it yesterday. Trey Hendrickson is the number 1 free agent out there this year, and Maxx Crosby is better than him. Maxx Crosby is overall a better player than Trey Hendrickson. So even if you traded Maxx Crosby and then you went out and tried and trade Henderson, you're still not at the level that you were with Maxx Crosby. You're still hurting. So it will hurt to trade somebody like Maxx Crosby, even if you get 2 first round picks. But we talked about it off the air. If the one deal that I would take is that if the Cowboys said 12 and 20, I'm like, okay, so we got 1, 12, 20, 36. I'm all for it. But but then you're going, okay, now we got to draft to fill the need. And one of them has to fill the need behind Maxx Crosby. So does that even, what do we get out of it? Like, it's hard. It's good conversation, I guess. It's something to keep the off season going, but
yeah.
I would love in the 3-4 though. The 3-4 defense and I think will take Maxx to another level, and I want to see that. I kind of want to see that, right?
Yeah, and it would be crazy. It would be different though, but I feel like if anybody, Maxx Crosby could definitely like adapt to it and play well in that defense. But before we talk more about Maxx Crosby, because I know we've been talking about this like literally almost every single day. I want to go into free agency and some things because there's some big news. There's some big players that are going to be available in free agency. And the first player I want to talk about is actually, the first position group I do want to address is the offensive line, right? We know that offensive line is such a huge void for the Raiders. That's a big position of need for this team to, fill. And I want to start with the player that is already on the team right now. And whether or not we need to re-sign him is Raiders guard Dylan Parham. According to some reports out there, Jordan Schultz, Dylan Parham is among the free agent offensive lineman that will be paid a healthy amount in free agency next week. His current market value, according to Spot Track, is 3 years, 30 mil. Parham will explore his market and likely find a new home. Now, my question to you, I know he didn't have the greatest year last year. I don't think a lot of people on the offensive line had a great year, and I think I could put that all on the offensive line coach and even the coaching staff in general. And Dylan Parham before last year was a pretty solid guard, I would say, for the Raiders, especially a young guy on the up. But what are your thoughts on Dylan Parham? Should the Raiders bring him back, re-sign him, or just let him test the market?
Well, I think you got to let him test the market. You got to let Parham just go out there and see what he's worth, and then put it on him. Like, do you want to come back? Do you feel like, because a lot of people can go out there and test the market and then come back into the Raiders and be like, hey, I got offered 3 years, $26 million. Can you match that? Because I really want to stay in Las Vegas, and then go from there. But I don't know. I think after last season, a fresh start for some of these guys would be good. And I like Dylan Parham, and I've said that he is better than what people portrayed him as last year. And everybody on that offensive line got a shit deal last year, and was given some bad hands. And I think Dylan Parham was one of them, because he was on moving towards and projected upwards until last year. And yeah, he did have his problems, but that's with everybody on that offensive line. And I think he would be a very good guy in this offense. But do I really want to pay Dylan Parham $10 million a year? That's where I come down to it. I say let him get his fresh start, and if he wants to stay here, then we do it. But I would not be. He would not be high on my list. I would rank some other free agent guards and centers over him before I brought him back.
Yeah. I understand your point. I don't think that he's bad. Like I wouldn't mind bringing him back, but yeah, testing the market would be probably the smart choice for the Raiders to, and even Dylan Parham, because if he gets a better deal, then he walks and finds a new home. If not, if it's somewhere where he feels like he could come back to the Raiders for the same amount, then I wouldn't mind it, because just if anything, he has depth, and I think that his ceiling is still a bit high after having a pretty bad year last year. Shout out to the chat, man. A lot of them. Curtis says that cut Parham, he's trash. Lance says that Parham is good, man. Paco says, is there any chance that we let go of JPJ? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's no need for the Raiders to let go of JPJ just yet.
Kubiak gave JPJ like a great reference. Like when he talked about him, he said he loved his energy. He loved that his versatility. He loved everything that JPJ was about. And so that was very positive to hear from a head coach early in the offseason about JPJ.
No, most definitely, and I think just his versatility alone, I think is why he'll stay on the roster. Plus the upside that he does have, I still think that he's a dog, and I mean they praised him too. Each one of them praised him. Clint Kubiak, and I'm sure that he would love to bring him back. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The only thing with JPJ right now is just staying on track and not being injured.
Yeah, and we talked about it. I think early last week or maybe early this week that the way Kubiak talked about the offensive line in his press conference at the Combine, it made it seem like he liked it more than Raider fans do, than we do. Like he didn't think it was more of a problem than we make it out to be, and that's why I kind of think that they're gonna spend on the offensive line, but they're not gonna spend like we think they are. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they think the offensive line is as bad as we portray it to be. Or I think they put it all on coaching, and the same thing that we've heard about Geno Smith from other teams, that teams think it was just the coaching and how bad the scheme was last year, and we'll find out. But I'm with Curtis right there. Parham, $10 million. I don't think so. I don't think.
I think as of right now, unless they value him that much, then okay. Ryan Decker says, "Can we switch topics to talk about our kicker problem?"
We need one.
I mean, we do. I think, Daniel Carlson is going to be a free agent unless the Raiders do bring him back. I wouldn't mind bringing back Daniel Carlson even after struggling last year with the new special teams coach. I think that he might be better, and I think he's just getting his confidence back. But I wouldn't be opposed to the Raiders moving on. It would be kind of crazy to go on without a kicker. But if there's anything, or if there's any position group that I feel the most confident about the Raiders, is finding a kicker and a punter. So I think whoever they find, whether in the draft or in free agency, they'll most likely bring somebody in, and that'll be great. Maybe we go get
That's the one good thing that we've been good for or good with the last 20 years, right?
Yeah.
We've had great like Sebastian Janikowski to what's his name? Tavesquio as our
Vecchio,
kicker, and then Daniel Carlson,
Daniel
and then you
Carlson.
go from uh who was it? Shane Leckler to Marquette King to AJ Cole. Like we got kickers. We got
Yeah.
the kicking game down. We can develop kickers.
Yeah.
It's
See,
everything else
and
that
I
works.
know somebody brought up Aubrey as a free agent. See, I wouldn't want to overspend on Aubrey. I wouldn't want to overspend because, like we said, we're gonna find a kicker. We could
Yeah.
find somebody for the cheap, and he'll turn it into somebody pretty good, But like my thing, every time I go over the offseason, I always end up re-signing Daniel Carson just for the heck of it. He already has that rapport with AJ Cole, but who knows, Zeus? Who knows if the Raiders go in a different direction with the new special teams coach?
And man, if you like, maybe because I have that like different connection to Daniel Carlson because I've met him multiple times, and I think he's a very like,
My bad, Zeus. My bad.
I think he's a very humble guy. Like the way they like. Well, we've had I don't. Well, you weren't at the event, but we've had him at like multiple signings and stuff like that where I've seen him interact with most of the fans, and they're him and AJ Cole like sit there and give you their time, and they actually
Yeah, they're good people. They're
they're
definitely
like
good people.
really good people. And so I see that, and I kind of like I want to give Daniel Carlson another shot. But we talked about it during the season. There was multiple times that he missed that he was normally money Daniel
Oh yeah,
Carlson, right?
yeah.
And then
Last
we're like, dude, like we even talked. I think we talked about it during the season that hey, maybe they need to bring some competition in for Daniel Carlson and get him going.
no,
But
for
the
sure.
question is, how much does he want to get paid? Because at one point, the Raiders paid him pretty damn well, and I think it was one of the top paying kickers in the league. Uh,
Hmm.
and then I question it too because we've seen some young kickers come in now, and these kickers are kicking unbelievable 60-yard field goals like they're nothing,
Yeah.
And now Daniel Carlson's getting up there in age and all that. So, we talked about there's one Smack. Smack is his name in the draft. The kicker Smack, his last name Smack. He kicked this. They had him kick a 60-yard field goal at the combine. It's just a different type of game. Hey, and if we don't think kickers matter, if you want to see new rules that matter, watch the UFL, right? Because most of the time they start the new rules, and then the NFL will adapt them years later. The
Yeah.
UFL is changing their rule this year that if you kick a 60-yard field goal, you get 4 points for a field goal.
Oh,
4
UFL
points.
is doing that. Huh? I heard about that. If they bring that to the NFL, that would definitely mix up a lot of things, Zeus. Like, imagine those 4 point plays to win the game.
Well, where do you think Brandon Aubrey came from? He came from the XFL, UFL.
Oh,
Where
did
do
he?
you
I
think
did.
Jake Bates, the kicker for Detroit, who's kicking all these big field goals, where do you think he came from? UFL, XFL.
Yeah,
So Cam Little's just a badass guy. We saw him set the record against the Raiders last year. What was that? 66-yard field goal?
bro, for reals. I didn't even notice that when we played. Well, from where I was standing, it didn't seem that far. But when you watch, it was like, oh damn,
I don't think anybody in the stadium realized how far that kick was because
that
it was
was
it was like right before halftime.
it was right
And
before half.
if you're looking at the field, like you're kind of like, oh, it's just like it looked like a normal field goal, and then he kicked it, and then you're like, wait, that was a long ass field goal. Like, what was that? And I was like, oh man, but yeah,
Yeah,
66-yard field goal with ease.
yeah. And looking at free agency right now, outside of Daniel Carlson, yeah, Brandon Aubrey is the number one kicker. You got Eddie Pinheiro. Remember Eddie was with us for a little
That
bit.
was our guy too.
Nick Folk, Jake Bates, Mac Prater. We had Joey Sly, Zane Gonzalez, Riley Patterson, Jake Moody, Chad Ryland, and Joshua Carty. I mean, those are some notable names right now in free agency for the Raiders. And there's a lot of experienced guys, a lot of young guys. Just depending on what the Raiders got to do, I think definitely there's going to be a lot of them out there. Shout out to the chat yet again. Curtis up in here, he said after we paid him, he started choking. I think so, but also you kind of got to look at the coaching staff as well. I wanted to cut Carlson after that win against the Chiefs on Christmas. Oh damn! Keep DC. Shout out Big Raider Rob. He's up in the building right now. Casanova up in the building right now. He said thoughts on low cost free agent running back Tyler Algier to go with. Tyler's my number one RB2 to get in free agency, but I've been seeing a lot of mixed reports that he could get a pretty good bag this offseason where he right.
Yeah, I don't think he's a low cost guy.
Yeah, I don't. If he's a low cost guy, okay, I don't mind. But let me see what his market value is. But Tyler Algier, I think, would be a perfect complement to Ashton Genty. I just don't know how much it would cost to bring him over, though. That's just my thing, though.
I was doing. I think we're doing the same thing. I was trying to look up his
market
projected.
Because I think because what's the regular market value for a running back, right? Like a solid 10 to 15 mil.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so
it's saying $6 million, close to $6 million for Tyler Algier.
Okay, I seen 5 to 7, but yeah. So you're right. At that price, I wouldn't mind it. If that's what he gets, right? Like 5 to 7 mil.
Because it's saying Kenneth Walker is anywhere between 8 to 12 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're gonna have 120 million in cap. Yeah, we will. I just didn't think it would be that low, but yeah, I think 5 to 7 mil. Hell yeah, bring him on.
I just think that everybody sees Tyler. I think Tyler Algier knows his value, and he knows that he is capable of being a starting running back. Like dude was backing up Bijan Robinson, like, and still getting more carries than he should have in that offense. And I think people see his skill set, and I think somebody will at least overpay for him.
But why wouldn't the Falcons want to bring him back? That's like the big thing. Like, is it because of the price, or is it because he wants more touches?
Well, it's not just that the Falcons won't bring him back, but I think it's more him if he wants to test the market, and the Falcons already have a top 5 running back, top 3 running back, depending on what you value Bijan at. And I would say one of the top running backs in the league. So let him go out there and test it. Like you should let Algier. I have no problem letting my players, like any players, test the market.
Okay.
Because you got to fight. You don't. The one thing you hate to do is bid against yourself. I think that's the worst thing. And yeah, you might get played by some of the agents that come back and be like, "Oh, Atlanta offered me this," but at least you're not going out there and bidding against yourself, because that's the one thing. Is what if the Falcons go, okay, we give you $6 million a year because it projected, but really no other team is offering you $6 million.
Yeah,
we saw that with the running backs a couple of years ago. Remember, Derrick Henry couldn't get a damn contract for anything. Like the best he got was $6 million from the Baltimore Ravens, and people were thinking like he was going to be one of the highest paid running backs that offseason. And
I think that was the offseason where they didn't value running backs at all.
Yeah,
because that was the same offseason with Josh Jacobs, the Saquon whole thing and whatnot. They wanted to get paid more, but they weren't getting that money. But I think now that I guess the market's gone up for certain running backs though. But yeah, I guess according to ChatGPT, they said that he's looking for star quality. Like he's trying to be a starter somewhere where there's a team that might need a RB1, but at least get paid well. So I guess at least a 3-year. $7 million, somewhere around there would be pretty solid for him. But yeah, as far as what Casanova said, yeah, Algier would definitely be at the top of my list as far as an RB2 to bring in. But, getting back to the offensive line, right? According to Jordan Schultz, he tweeted out yesterday saying that the position set to get crazy money next week, per sources, is the offensive line. And besides Tyler Linderbaum, some names about to get paid big time include Rasheed Walker, David Edwards, Jermaine Illuminor, Chris Paul, not the basketball player, Zion Johnson, Ed Ingram, Elijah Vera Tucker, Dylan Parham, Connor McGovern, Cade Mays, and among others. It's very clear several teams are in on the same players, which will drive the price way up. And after listening to that, or after reading that, and knowing the Raiders situation, we know going into offseason, going into free agency, that offensive line was and is going to be a big position of need and a big position that the Raiders are looking to fill and looking to spend a lot of money. And that's why I said, and when people were saying, we don't need to get a quarterback with the number 1 overall pick, we need to use it and address the offensive line, I said, no. We got money. There's something called free agency and something called the NFL draft to address the offensive line to protect that quarterback. And what better year than this year, right? There is so many offensive linemen in free agency. I just named some. And there's going to be a lot of solid depth in the draft to address the offensive line. And knowing that the Raiders got upwards of over $100 million, this is the perfect time to strike and pay the big bucks to protect the quarterback of the future. And if you do believe that Fernando Mendoza is going to be the franchise quarterback for this team, you protect him by any means. And there's a lot of money, there's a lot of free agents out there. And I feel like this would be a perfect time for the Raiders to go spend big, a la like the 2015 year, or what was it, 2015 offseason, going into 2016 as well. The Raiders, they definitely addressed that offensive line and paid all the big bucks. And we're in a prime position to do that same exact thing. Not saying that we're going to sign every single person, but there's definitely some value in there to help the quarterback position out, though. But what's your thoughts after hearing that?
Well, yeah, and it's always like that. It's always because when you talk about NFL free agency, nobody wants to talk about the offensive lineman. Nobody wants to talk about the big uglies in there, right? We
Yeah.
all want the sexy picks. We want the wide receivers. We want the playmakers, the
Yeah.
guys that are touching the ball. Like everybody forgets about the offensive lineman until day one of free agency when you go, so and so offensive guard just signed a $100 million deal, and you're like, oh, that dude just got that much money, like. And there's always one or two offensive linemen that you're like, wait, was he that good that he got that kind of money? Like, and it happens like because everybody knows it's a position of need for every single team. And if you can get a good offensive lineman or at least somebody that you think is good, you don't let him slip away. And you go out there and you force it. We saw like if any team knows how bad offensive line is, it's us. If any team knows how bad it is, so we know the importance of it. I'm trying to think like there was a guy for the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers paid him $100 million, and he was like mid. He was like maybe like Daniel Parham level, like in our eyes, right? You know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah.
he got $100 million. So these offensive linemen are going to get paid. Like Linderbaum, according to to the market value, is 17 million, right? But we've already heard that there's teams willing to go to what 22.5 million, 23 million for him.
Oh yeah,
So
he's gonna get.
that's
I
already
don't.
pushing his market value up $5 million.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets that 25 mil, but easily because we're not going to be the only team. There's going to be multiple teams looking
Yes.
to get him, and it's going to drive his price all the way up. And then a lot of these other guys, that's why people are saying go get Linderbaum and then fill around the offensive line. But we do got some breaking news today. According to Adam Schefter, the Chicago Bears are working to finalize a trade that would send wide receiver DJ Moore to the Buffalo Bills. Compensation still is being discussed, and the trade cannot be processed until the new league year begins, but both sides are pushing to make it happen. So, I think
That's
that
bullshit.
that should be us.
That's fake news. That's fake news.
That should be us. No, but yeah, this would take DJ Moore off the trade block. It would take him off the market right now because, he's been talked about in a lot of different trade packages with the Raiders and Maxx Crosby, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know how much he's getting, but congratulations to DJ Moore. But I don't know what the Bears give. I mean, unless they want to give us Tremaine Edmonds and two first, if that's the deal that they want to make. But he'd be going to Buffalo to play with Josh Allen. I think that'd be I think he's a solid wide receiver. I don't think that he's top wide receiver one, but he definitely is a solid player and would be a really good weapon for Josh Allen. Now, I don't know what the deals are. We haven't found out, but do you think this is good news for the Bills? You think
Oh,
they got their wide receiver one now?
I think it's great news for the Buffalo Bills, and this is something that Buffalo has struggled to find for Josh Allen. Is a top guy and somebody that could do it, play off of him. Now, I like DJ Moore. I think he's a great wide receiver. I think he's good. I never thought he was a real possibility for the Raiders, and we could dream about it. But his contract alone is not something that we should be bringing in. And like we talked about, like we have invested some in the wide receiver, not not number ones, but we've invested enough where we are good with not acquiring DJ Moore. Um, but yeah, I think going to Buffalo is good for DJ, and it's good for the Bills, and it's good for Josh Allen. But
Yeah.
it wasn't going to be something that we needed. Like DJ Moore, shouldn't have been a top priority for us, and it just shows it right here.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm not saying that, yeah, like, I'm not saying that the Raiders needed him or like I was clamoring to go get him, but the only reason why I brought him up is because, he was brought up in a lot of trade packages for the Raiders and Maxx Crosby, and they were trying to offload DJ Moore. I wouldn't have minded him on this team, though, but not for Maxx Crosby, though. But,
Because he's
it could have
making
went both ways.
$24 million.
Huh?
He's making $24 million.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to ask yourself when you're getting to this. Like Buffalo must see that they are not in the mix for some of these top wide receivers. Remember how we were talking about this? We started at the top of the show that we were talking about how teams are already talking to agents, like even though it's not allowed, they're
Yeah.
already out there. So I'm thinking Buffalo already got a couple news from some of these top free agents that are out there going, we're not going to Buffalo. And so they looked around and goes, you know what? Who's the other best wide receiver we can get? DJ Moore. So I think this helps the Raiders, and especially like when it comes to somebody that you like in Alec Pierce, right?
Yeah. Oh, no,
And
definitely.
this is why we're seeing trades like now, like towards the weekend, because free agency starts Monday. People are trying to get their roster and their money, and so this is what, and I think we're going to be shocked. Watch, I don't think DJ Moore went for higher than a fourth round pick. There can't be. He couldn't be.
Yeah, it definitely wouldn't be over a fourth round pick. If they did, then shout out to the Bears. But the Bears made this decision knowing that they already have young wide receivers, right? They spent first round pick on Roma Dunze, right? And they still have Luther Burden on the roster, and they got Colston Loveland, some solid tight ends over there as well. So shout out to them. Maybe they don't. Maybe they don't look. Maybe they don't look into free agency to address the wide receiver position. But I think it's a solid. I think it's a solid trade so far right now. We don't really know. We don't really know.
So of course, our boy Mitchell Rentz tweeted out: Bears saved $16 million by trading DJ Moore. Could they be clearing money for Maxx Crosby? It's like, how do we turn everything into Maxx Crosby? You know what I mean?
Because we have to, right? Everything leads back to Maxx Crosby. That's how
you know what? They weren't going to trade DJ for Maxx, but they're going to trade him to open up space.
But that was one of the things that was brought up yesterday was they have to clear up cap space for Maxx Crosby, and trading away DJ Moore and trading away Tremaine Edmonds would clear up that cap space for a Maxx Crosby trade. And not saying that they had to trade both players to the Raiders, but they at least offloaded DJ Moore, which I bet you would be. I think it's a fifth round pick. It was maybe it's gonna be something lows, but they definitely offloaded him for whatever, and now it's just up to what they want to do with Tremaine Edmonds, and then after that, see if they trade, make a big trade. I don't know if they're gonna come out of nowhere and make a deal, but.
So DJ Moore was the highest paid player on the Bears roster as I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
So he's the highest paid. So yeah, so it is 16.5. Tremaine Edwards, if they trade him, it's $15 million that they save. And it said that they were already $7 million under or over the cap. So they had to get down.
Yeah.
And they just lost their center too. But these are, I mean, not every move, like, are the Bears interested? Did it come out that Maxx Crosby wants to go to the Bears? That's what has been rumored out there, right?
Yeah.
Do the Bears have interest in Maxx Crosby? Yes, every team should have interest in Maxx Crosby. Does every move make it that they're getting Maxx Crosby? No. Teams have to have their salary cap and abide by the salary cap by the beginning of the new year, which is next Wednesday. They have to be under that salary cap. They can't be have more than that. So you're going to see the releases, you're going to see the trades, you're going to see teams get under that salary cap before next Wednesday. And not every move has to do with Maxx Crosby, even though we love talking. I mean, we love it because it's more content for us and more conversations. And every time you're talking about the Raiders, it's a good thing. But does this, in your mind, DJ Moore now going to Buffalo, does that change anything? Did you just think in your mind, go, oh shit, now Maxx is gone for reals? Like, did it change anything in your mind about Maxx going to the Bears?
Yeah, he's gone, bro. Now I think he's gone. No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. No. These you gotta look at it like this. These could be domino effects to open things up, and that's why I say it could be something, it could be nothing, but at least we know that they are clearing space either for themselves or for big trade. But we know there's been reports that the Bears are one of the top teams interested in Maxx Crosby. That's why you gotta look at it like that. But it doesn't say a lot of things about it. But I guess let's go back to the offensive line, right? Another big news that came out this morning or just a couple minutes ago was Trent Brown. Big old Trent Brown and the Houston Texans have reached an agreement today on a 1-year extension worth up to $7 million per his agent Drew Rosenhaus, taking him off the market now. So damn, man, we couldn't have that Trent Brown reunion over here in Las Vegas.
Hey, my favorite part of Trent Brown is because I'm a big dude too. I'll be doing the same shit. Is when we were on hard knocks and he just
he was eating the candies and stuff like that. The snacks.
Yeah, that's my boy right there. Because I'll be doing the same. I always because man, you already know my fat ass. Like, you put free food. Like, I don't know how these NFL players aren't just walking by just grabbing shit all the time. Like,
yeah, it's
just right there. And this boy Trent Brown be like, fruit roll-ups, all right, mine. He just be tearing it up,
bro. Yeah, I thought that was hella funny. It was, yeah. So that takes him off the market, right? We don't have to worry about that. But looking at a lot of different things, right? Another thing that I wanted to talk about was the wide receiver position. We talked about it a lot yesterday, right? About the different wide receivers. I talked to you so much about possibly going out and getting what's his face, Alec Pierce.
Yeah.
But one wide receiver I want to talk about before we get into Alec Pierce is this guy right here who just won a Super Bowl, right? Raheem Shaheed. So Raheem Shaheed, according to Adam Schefter a couple of days ago, is said to not be close to an extension with the Seahawks, and the expectation is that he now will test the free agent market on Monday. And of course, after hearing that, Raider fans, I know he's been linked to the Raiders multiple times, Zeus. So I wanted to ask you about Raheem Shaheed. Should the Raiders bring him in or not?
I mean, I think we've talked about it. His connection to our coaching staff is out there. Everybody knows what that's about. They've seen him in New Orleans. They traded for him to bring him over this year. I like him because of what he can do for the return game, and I get pissed off that I feel like the Raiders have never had a good return game since Jacoby Ford left. Like, it's like that's a big part of the game that we take away from it, right? Like, field position is what you should be looking at. Like, if that getting your offense a good starting position is key to helping, especially a young quarterback that we're going to have. So I'm looking at him more than just a wide receiver, right? Because he's not a number one wide receiver, but there's so much more that he could do in the offense, especially with his speed, where they hand the ball off to him, they do the motions with him, and then you also see, like I said, and then he's also the key factor in the return game. So yes, I would be interested in him. What it comes down to again is what it always comes down to is how much does this man want? Like, he was a big factor in their Super Bowl run. It's saying right here that $14 million a season is what his projected. Are you paying basically a backup wide receiver / kick returner that much money?
Yeah. Because for me, like, yeah, you brought up the return game, and that's something that's huge, right? And if you value that, then okay, there's got to be a number on that, and you possibly bring him in. My thing with Rashid is the fact that I don't see him being a big factor in the offense because we already got a Rashid on the team. as far as somebody that can play on the offense, right? Because we already have Trey Tucker on this team right now, and we could draft a lot of guys. We could draft a lot of Rashid Shaheeds out there. I know Casanova brought up that he didn't drop no passes last year. Okay, that's good for him. I mean, Jacoby Myers, his drop rate was pretty low when we had him, but didn't really amount to much for us and this team. Now, I
Yeah,
not
but
saying
how many? He didn't have many targets at him either, right?
I'm not too sure, but well, if you check that, then I'll see. Like Rashid, trust me, I don't mind having him on the team. For me personally, I just feel like we already have Rashid on the team, and I'd rather go out and get another wide receiver out in the market. Now, if we're not going to be able to get an Alec Pierce because of the high asking price, then he'd be one of the options included with there's a lot of other wide receivers as well that we could get as well for much cheaper. And I think Clint Kubiak could get the most out of any of these wide receivers, these speedsters. But that's just me.
Yeah. So let's see.
Black Cell says it's not close. Shaheed does a lot, but Pierce is much better receiver. Yeah, Pierce is to me a much better receiver, which I'll probably talk about him next. But yeah, Big Raider said that he had like 12 targets. I don't know. You probably
So Trey Tucker last year, and that's who I'm going to kind of compare him to is Trey Tucker, right? Trey Tucker had 92 targets for 57 catches, 696 yards, and 5 touchdowns for us last season, right?
Uh-huh.
Where Shaheed split between New Orleans and Seattle, had 92 targets, 59 catches, 687 yards, 2 touchdowns. So you're looking about probably the same. Him and Trey Tucker probably had the same performance. Just Tucker was able to get in the end zone just a little bit more. Yeah, but like I said, down the stretch, I would say most of this was with New Orleans. Yeah. So since when he went to Seattle, he played 9 games in Seattle. He started 4 of them. In Seattle, he had 15 catches for 188 yards, no touchdowns.
Yeah.
So when he got traded to Seattle mid-season, his production went down, and that could be. But if you would already know the offense, right? Like,
yeah. And shout out to Thomas. Thomas up in the chat right now says, but what has Trey Tucker done in kickoff or punt return? That's exactly what I was saying. Is like that's where you would value Rashid over a Trey Tucker would be in the return game, because I do believe that Rashid has done more in that compared to Trey Tucker. But when we're looking at the offense and just playing the offense, we already got Trey Tucker, and that's why I said we have Rashid at home, right? And if you want to bring him in as a kick returner, is it worth paying what $15 million for a punt returner? Maybe. I know we got the money.
Huh? If he's taking one back to the house, every 3 games, or getting us great field position past the 50.
Yeah, then it's worth it.
I don't give a damn what his contract is. Like
that would be worth it. I think it would be worth it. Like I would love to have a return threat like Jacoby Ford was, right? Remember those times where he would just bring it back first play of the game or the first play out of half, like that definitely pumps up the crowd. And like I said, if you value that, if the team values that, and even if he doesn't get a lot of PT on the offense, right? Because we got Jack Best, we got Trey Tucker, and we got some other guys that we might bring in, then okay, I'm fine with that. I just don't know if it'd be worth $15 million just for a return guy. But if he's really consistent and we could trust him, then okay. That's my thing on him.
And I think I don't have I could pull up the stats, but I don't want to right now. But I think we were like last in the league in field position, to like starting average of our field position anyways. And that's a big game. Like if you watch the Kansas City Chiefs, right? And that's a team that we're chasing after. Even they had a bad year last year. The one thing they do is they play field position. It's okay. They feel like it's okay to punt the ball because we're going to put you in bad field position. And when you have a kick returner and somebody that is a threat and that could take it back, you're adding more to where that team is game planning against you differently. Now they're thinking about how are we going to defend the punt? How are we going to punt the ball? How are we going to kick off the ball? And that's taking more preparation away from their defense and everything else. So it makes a big difference. Now, I don't know what he's going to get. Somebody said he's not getting $15 million a year. We've seen crazier. We've seen crazier stuff.
Oh, we sure have.
So I don't know. Would I feel comfortable paying him $15 million? It's not my money. It's not my money. We can talk about him, but at the end of the day, I mean, contracts are getting higher and higher every year. So I think we should. I mean, if Brandon Aubrey, the kicker, is getting $10 million, you don't think a playmaker is going to get a little bit more than that? Like, I
Yeah.
would think if Shaheed, if you believe Shaheed is going to be that great on our kick return and punt return, you pay him the money and you bring him in. And if
Yeah.
you think you can get a little bit out of him, one or two good, and that's all you need from him on the offense, right? One or two big plays, and you're good. Because you're not. Who do you have? You have Ashton Genty that you're going to give the ball to. You have Brock Bowers. Shaheed is just more of taking another defender away and getting him out of the box, which is going to help out.
Yeah. And that's why I said, like, would you want to pay him that money, or would you want to just go out and just pay this guy the money, right? Why not just pay this guy the 30 mil he asking for, man? Why not bring him in? Because, like, for me, I don't care what anybody says. Like Alec Pierce to me is definitely a wide receiver one, given the circumstances. And I'm gonna get into a clip that you showed me earlier. But one thing that was brought up, and one thing that matters the most to Alec Pierce in free agency, is stability in a franchise, winning culture, and playing with a stable quarterback, one quarterback. And I'm not going to say that the Raiders are the most stable franchise. I'm not going to say that, because we're not. But I think we're going to be. I think all the moves that we made in the offseason has kind of like led to the point where, well, all the moves that we've made in the offseason, especially with the coaching staff, is building for the future and having stability for the next couple of years with Clint Kubiak, with Andrew Janoko, with bringing in Fernando Mendoza. We're gonna have Fernando for years, so there's gonna be stability at the quarterback position. Most likely, we're gonna have stability at our head coach position and our OC. Granted, how the season goes, right? And we're gonna have a lot of money to pay Alec Pierce as a wide receiver one, and knowing that we'll pay him that wide receiver one money, he's looking to get targets, and I think the Raiders could look to him and bring on those targets. And one thing that I'm always reminded of is Charlie Becker, and how well Fernando Mendoza played with him in Indianapolis. You look at this guy, Alec Pierce is basically Charlie Becker in the NFL, and he stretches the field and could be your number one wide receiver that you can have for years to come. Now, I know that asking price, I think it'll be around 25 mil, but it could go upwards of $30 million. And to me, I know everybody was on my case yesterday about $30 million. I'm paying it. I don't care. I think
Well,
I think you solidify your wide receiver room by just getting him, and then whatever else you get after that is just cherry on the top.
yeah, and like you said, we talked about it, and it's same thing with Shaheed. If you feel that Alec Pierce is your number one, you have to feel that he's your number one, not number two, not number three. You have to feel that he is your number one wide receiver for years, for the next 3 to 4 years, with Fernando Mendoza, to be able to justify that money. Like, we already seen it. Wide receivers are going to get paid. Playmakers are going to get paid. Now, if you feel, and that's where he's stepping up, because he wasn't the number one guy in Indianapolis, but he's going to be now. And I mean, just listening to his interview yesterday, he has the right mindset, right? Like, the way he's talking about, like, he knows, if I get paid, I'm going to be a bigger role in your offense, and I'm going to be
Yeah,
that guy. He's 25 years old, right? So it's going to give you years to go, and to build with him. So it's not like, even if the Raiders aren't ready to compete and be at that playoff level next year, he's young enough where he's going to be part of the team for a couple of years. So you're not going out there and giving big money to an older wide receiver. So it does kind of make sense, but it just depends on what else you're spending money on. I personally would want to draft one or two wide receivers and see how they pan out, and spend our money more on linebackers and other stuff. But
yeah,
I understand where you're coming from, because wide receiver is a bigger need than what we've said. But I don't know. I like
yeah,
we talked about yesterday. Somebody's going to overpay for Alec Pierce. Do we want to be that guy? Do
yeah.
we want to be that team?
And to your point, this is the clip that you sent me about him and looking at his role. If he was paid wide receiver one money,
I think that's what I'm most excited about, getting paid and being a free, or like, getting a big contract, is like, the coaches in the front office know they have to back up that contract. So I'm no longer going to be an 80 target per player, you know? Like, if I get paid this big contract, like, they're going to have to throw me the ball more and give me more things. Because a lot of times the stuff I was doing was all downfield. It was pretty, like, low percentage type stuff. And that was just kind of the nature of our offense. And we understood, we've talked about it, but, like, the more of, like, the short game, intermediate game, that's probably a little bit easier, like completions, that type of stuff is going to be stuff that I'm going to take on a larger portion of now. I'm kind of projecting towards doing that because it's just like you got to justify paying a receiver all this money, and you can't be a guy that's catching. I think that's what I'm most.
Oh yeah, that's basically what he said. It was, but yeah, I agree with it. You brought up a good point. If the Raiders are paying him that much money, you gotta utilize him as much as you can. But now the thing is, like, would you want to pay him that much money, right? And do you believe that he's going to be that guy? That's the biggest question that a lot of people have. And I know a lot of people are saying like they rather take Jawan Jennings over him or any other guys because they don't think that he could, because he hasn't proven yet that he's the number one guy. But I look, feel that.
Well, I'm with the chat too. Like, I've been with you. I've been with him the whole time too. It's Romeo Dobbs is ahead of Alec Pierce on my list, and it seems like the chat is right there with that. They would rather see the big bobblehead Romeo Dobbs in Las Vegas before paying. But what do you think of this right here? Raider Squid. He said, "I'm overpaying offensive line, linebacker, D tackle before I'm overpaying a wide receiver."
Offensive line, I'll give you that. I give you that. I don't know. Yeah, you're right. I'm not even gonna cap. I'm not even trying to argue with anybody's point. But yeah, I think offensive line linebacker is definitely top of the list. But I just want to get a wide receiver one, and I know it's not a strong wide receiver class this year. But Alec Pierce, I've always been a big fan of Alec Pierce. Like even in Madden, I'm always signing him to the Raiders and whatnot. But I do believe that he can be a wide receiver one. That's my thing. Is that even though he hasn't been that yet, and looking at the quarterbacks that he has played with, you can understand why it's been kind of hard, but he's still been able to show up. He had Anthony Richardson and even Daniel Jones for 1 year. Now, stability, Fernando Mendoza, he'd be a perfect wide receiver for Fernando Mendoza, as well as, having Jack Besh and all these other guys in there. But that's why I say, if it makes sense, and you do believe that he's that guy, then okay. We talked about it yesterday that Alec Pierce is definitely somebody that is on the Raiders' radar going into free agency. So I know I'm just throwing $30 million out there because that's what people are saying that he's looking to get paid. Doesn't mean that's what he's going to get paid, but he could still get around 24 to 25 mil, and I'd be okay with that spot.
Yeah. Well, and then Darnell Mooney's hitting the free agent market now too. He's a little older. He's 28 years old, but I mean, if you want the same production, you want that.
Who?
Darnell Mooney.
Oh yeah, I see Darnell Mooney. Yeah, he got released today, or he's gonna get released.
And Darnell Mooney has ties to Andrew Janoku from his days in Chicago. So I mean, there's stuff. I mean, it all depends on what you're looking for. Like I said, but like Darnell Mooney is 28 years old compared to Alec Pierce being 25 years old. So the Raiders are, and that's one thing the Raiders seem like they have been this offseason. They've been honest with themselves about their talent and what they're projected. Like, I think they know that they're 2 years, a year or two away from actually being a real competitive team. So I think they are going to attack free agency that way too, where, like John Spytek said, they want to build a team, they want to build a winning team, but they want to build it smart, and you can't go out there and just throw money at some of these older players when you know that you're 2 years, 3 years away.
Yeah. I feel like somebody that wouldn't cost that much that we could possibly bring in news that maybe would be kind of entertaining is Stephon. Possibly bringing on Stephon Diggs. Like, chat, let me know down in the chat, man. I know it might sound crazy, but, with all the drama and stuff like that, veteran wide receiver that might be cheap, who's Stephon Diggs. How we feeling? How we feeling, nation? Let me know.
You making me take my hat off now. You making me go like,
come on, man, Stephon Diggs, man.
It's too early to be negative about somebody, but Stephon Diggs in Las Vegas.
Stephon Diggs in Las Vegas, man, goes perfectly like peanut butter and jelly juice.
TJ Houshmandzadeh, I believe it was him last night that said it correctly. When teams start talking more about your personal life than your on-field
Yeah.
play, then that's when you know your career is over. Like, that's when you know you're not there. Like, you just want it because you want to be partying with Cardi B and all them people over here.
Cardi B not even with him no more. It was
baby mama. Like, that's
baby
what
mama
happened. He gave
dramas.
another baby mama front row seats and gave Cardi B like a suite or something. Like,
Stephon Diggs, come on now. Stephon.
like, a couple years ago, yes. Now, no.
After his prison sentence. Okay, hey Nation, I'm just joking, y'all. I thought I'd bring it up because I seen that there's a lot
of trouble for like beating up an assistant or something like that too, right?
Yeah, Ben brought up a good point. Ben's right. He said Raiders won't pick up a woman beater. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I know one of Stephon Diggs' baby mamas probably stays out here. I just wanted to bring it up just to troll yous. But yeah, I don't think that he be.
I was gonna start throwing stuff around here, be like, no,
hell no. Yeah, but yeah, as far as
negative, so I don't think anybody else is with you in the chat either. Nope.
I know. I was just joking, y'all. I was just joking. That is a negative. Uh-oh. Okay, Jordan Schultze. Hold on.
I'd rather see Antonio Brown back. That's what somebody said.
All right.
Oh, geez.
All right. According to Jordan Schultz, news broke out that the Raiders are sending Maxx Crosby to the Chicago Bears for 2 first-round picks, Tremont Edmonds, and a 2027 third-round pick. No. What do you think? Speechless?
I don't think that's
Joe's over here like, oh, what the fuck?
I'm like, I don't know. Hold on before I react on
this. Okay, I'm just joking. I'm joking. Hey guys, relax. I'm joking. He didn't get traded, y'all. He didn't get traded, but sources did come out, according to Jordan Schultz, that team and the trade market have gotten the sense that the Raiders are more open to the idea of trading Maxx Crosby, and it's a situation that is only going to intensify. That's all he tweeted. That's all he tweeted. Hey, my bad, chat. My bad. That was on me. I was just joking with y'all.
It's like we've all been waiting for the notification. Like some of us have gotten used to the idea that it is coming or it might be coming,
bro.
Like, even if it does, like your heart still drops. Like we love Maxx Crosby and we know what he's about, but that when that notification hits, like when that notification hits, it's still gonna be like
Joe stopped talking. He went on his phone. He's like, Joe's about to make a video during the live stream. It was goddamn.
Well, no, because I was live. I was live when the Raiders traded for Devontae Adams, and
yeah,
I thought that was a great trade at the time, and like everybody was saying it wasn't going to happen, and they did, and I was like, yes, and then I don't like as much as like I've talked about Maxx Crosby being traded, and like I've taken a lot of heat this offseason because I've talked about it, and you know me and you have talked about that a lot. As much as I've talked about it and I could see it, and I've been the first, like one of the first ones to actually be like, it could happen, like, and then while everybody else was telling me like, no, it's not going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. I was like, well, it could happen. As much as I prepared myself for it, I'm not prepared for it. Like, it's not.
Our reaction. For just like this video, bro. If you keep playing, my bad. And that was just one joke, man. I was just joking one time. One joke, man. Come on, man. Lighten up.
I'll take my like away and
everybody's so tense. Everybody's so tense about the Maxx Crosby situation. Let's just have fun with it at this point, man. He get traded. I don't think I'd be ready for it though. I really don't. I don't think I'd be ready for it as well. If Maxx was to get traded away. I mean, I do, like you said, like I could prepare myself for it, but I think like. Bro, when we traded Khalil Mack, when we traded Khalil Mack, oh my gosh, I had a fantasy draft that day. It's one of our big fantasy drafts, and I always look forward to it, right? And I woke up getting ready, and then I think I got a text message like, "Bro, Khalil Mack." I said, "What?" I looked online and I seen. I was like, "Man, I went live, and I was damn near gonna cry. It was again loser, huh?" But yeah, I was just like. this cannot be real, man. This cannot be real. Somebody said, I'm gonna unsubscribe to the Rush. That's crazy. I don't know, man. Like,
hey, the Rush just barely got 100,000.
They're gonna start going down.
We're gonna go down to 90 after Maxx trade.
Hey, okay, but for reals, I just made that shit up in my head. But would you have taken that deal though? Two first, Trayvon Edmonds, and the next year's 2027 third.
Yeah, yeah,
that's not bad.
I mean, I'm taking you match what the Raiders asked for. They asked for 2 first.
Call me Uspite. Come on now. 99K, yeah, that mug could go down 99K, 98K, and he gonna stay at 98K.
It just keeps going down. It's like, oh, hey, you know what? We were just joking, like.
And then whatever new fan base set you gain, they better hope to get you back to 100K because I think half of that or 98% of that is the Raider Nation, though. Yeah, my bad, y'all. I'll take it off the screen. I just seen it right now. The Jordan Schultz thing. So I guess it's a little bit more real, right? That's all he's saying. I think we kind of had that feeling yesterday that it feels real, but we don't know yet. Like anything can happen. It's a lot of big news, but I definitely do think that Maxx. I don't want Maxx to leave at all, but it is definitely something that is growing in the last couple of days, Zeus. But let me see,
dude. You stopped me there for a second. I was like,
that's on me.
I've been preparing and we've been talking about it, but it's not prepared to talk about the departure of like I'm hoping that we get to next week because I already told you the deadline is for me is next week. I'm hoping that we get there and I'm like, okay, like people have been like, I don't want to see people rooting for Maxx Crosby if they've been talking about the trade and all that stuff. Like, and I told some guy, I go, what are you gonna do? Take the Raider card away? Like, take a Raider fan card away? Like. We've been talking about it and it's good conversation. I don't want to talk about aftermath of if the trade goes through. I'd rather be 100% wrong that Maxx Crosby stays with the Raiders, and I'd rather deal with that than actually talk about Maxx Crosby being gone. Like, does that make kind of sense?
Yeah, no, I do. Like, I would love to see that too because I want to see a lot of Raider fans come at you and be like, "Oh, look at you, just fake news, all for clicks. You're wrong."
Yeah, and I'm good with I like I said, I've never been I'm not an NFL reporter. I don't give a damn. You could be right and wrong.
But the biggest question with Maxx Crosby was like, this is something that I had like I was thinking about since yesterday. It was, and shout out to the nation as well. You guys can answer this as well. Like, if Maxx Crosby was to get traded away, or if he was to want to be out from the Raiders and he leaves and goes to another team, what do you do with this? What do you do with this at that point, man?
First of all,
we got Maxx Crosby at home right here. Shout out to Maxx Crosby.
I mean, does his tattoo artist do cancellations? Like, how do we get this? Like,
hey, my boy got Kayvon Thibodeau on his arm. He better hope that we trade for Kayvon, and then you could just change the jersey. I don't know who the hell that is.
Where's the Captain C on it? Like you're missing that one.
Yeah, see, they were better. They were better off just putting the helmet on him. It was like,
who did this? Go Power Raider.
Go Power Raider. Damn, who said that?
What are we looking at here? Like,
look at I don't even know. Like, they couldn't even get and this is from back in Oakland news because it has the 60 patch on it. You remember that 60 year and like, what is that?
Okay, so maybe it's AGB like Akbar like he wore number 98. I'm trying to look at old Raider players that wore 98 because that ain't Maxx. That ain't Maxx.
Somebody said that he can get a color to his new team, bro. He can get color to your whatever team that he gets, man. Just hope it's not the Cowboys, man.
Hey, at least if Maxx gets traded, he'd be like, "Well, this ain't even Maxx, anyways. It's just a Raider player."
That's just the generic Raiders defensive end. It was just,
or maybe since everything is flipped, maybe that's supposed to be like an Amari Cooper, like an 89, like since that logo's flipped, like maybe they flipped the number too.
I think so, bro. Like if it's flipped, then it's hella off, right? Because
the patch is flipped, right?
unless the patch is, oh wait, maybe the patch is because if you flip this whole image, then the number would be off.
Yeah, then it'd be 89.
Yeah, but the 9 would still be back. I don't know. There's a lot of questions with this tattoos. I'm gonna be honest with you, I mean, I love the Raider Nation. I love the Raiders, man. But sometimes, sometimes some people ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. So I'll just say this.
But I'll tell you what, if John Spytek,
this is who we're trading away.
If John Spytek can get us a 2 first-round picks, a player, and then be able to turn this franchise around, I might have to get me a tattoo.
Do you not have a tattoo?
I might have to get me a John Spytek tattoo. What do you think about that? You got any ideas of what my John Spytek?
Oh, your John Spytek tattoo. Oh, okay, I didn't think about that when you were saying.
I was trying to give you that leeway, like trying to
like this one right here is. Oh, hold on, wait, hold on. Let me center it up real quick.
I was trying to like.
I was like, what are you talking about? There we go. There we go. Let me look. Can I zoom in? Oh, there we go.
See, you know who that is? Somebody said prison tattoos look better than this.
Max looks black, bro. Hey, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Joe. Joe said he would get this tattoo if we get 2 first rounds for Maxx Crosby.
Hey, I got a big ass back. You know what I mean? I could.
Oh, that's supposed to be a back or a leg, Goose? That's a leg, I think. That's the arm. That's your arm.
that's my arm.
That's
my neck right there. That's
my neck and my back, Goose.
Yeah. Hey, we joke about it, and I made this with AI last night. We joke about it. Somebody's gonna have this tattoo this year. We're gonna be walking J-Lot, and they'll be like, "Hey, look at my tattoo right here,
bro." I want to do that one time. If there's any tattoo artists, okay. Now I'm not saying I want to get a tattoo though, but you know those fake tattoos that you could kind of put on and like peel on or whatever, right? Like I want to get some funny ass tattoos, and I want to ask fans, what do you think about it? Like I want to get a John Spytek one, a Mark Davis one, you know, stuff like that. That I think that'd be funny though.
Yeah.
But and tramp stamp. Somebody said tramp stamp. Yeah, but
well, yeah, and then you know the tramp stamp. Put this right above my butt. Right above where they go out and get the Super Bowl trophy tattooed on them.
Yeah,
like Super Bowl champs 2026, and it's like, why?
Yeah, I never get that though. I never like for the Raiders. We at least have the decency, or we have the privilege to at least tattoo 3 Super Bowl rings, right? but the Chargers don't get to, right?
No, the Chargers. I'm sorry. I just thought in my head like people are like, Maxx can't get traded. He got a Raider tattoo. He can't get traded. That dude has Maxx tattooed on his arm. Hey, Maxx has a
hold on. Let me go bring it. Where's that tattoo? I had it.
At least Maxx can be like, hey, I played for the Raiders. You know, they were my number 1 team. What's this dude's excuse if Maxx Crosby gets traded? Like,
hey, Maxx Crosby cannot be traded. He's not going to want to trade because what is this guy going to do with this tattoo? Oh shit.
What's his name? Rick.
What is he going to do?
Is that a signature? Like whoever drew that, they put their own signature on the collar?
I don't know why anybody would.
They were so proud of it. They were like, hey, let me put my initials right here. Like,
yeah, there's no way Maxx is getting traded now because this guy has his tattoo. So
you got to keep Maxx. You can't be trading Maxx when this guy.
Yeah, we can't trade Maxx anymore because we got the tattoo.
How are you gonna trade Maxx when you got fans out there devoted to Maxx Crosby in that jersey?
I don't know why I'm laughing, man. My tattoo, my Raider logo looked like Al Bundy used.
Somebody said I could put it on my upper thigh. That'd be looking good.
I can't even. Yeah, it looks better upside down than it does.
What?
Yeah,
you got tattoo?
I do.
I thought you had like tribal tattoos and stuff.
I do have a tribal tattoo, but it's not finished though. I'm doing my whole arm, dog.
Oh yeah, that looked like Fitz right there.
Oh, fuck you, bro. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. But by the time
Hold
season
on,
comes around, I'm gonna have a whole sleeve.
When it's finished, oh yeah.
Looks like an RIP tattoo. Stupid. All right, so
how do you can't like I don't know. I'm sure we have some great talented tattoo artists in the Raider Nation. How do you fix that? How do you fix that?
The Raider logo above the cheeks. The Raider logo above this the one that I'm showing you is cheeks. Yeah, you could already tell, man. That's Jax Crosby. That's Maxwell Crosby right there, y'all. All right. With that being said, they've already announced that what's that thing called? The Hall of Fame game. They've already announced the teams that are going to be playing in the Hall of Fame game, right? We've got the damn, can't even zoom in, dog. There we go. They've already got the Hall of Fame game between the Cardinals and I was gonna say the South Carolina Panthers, the Carolina Panthers. So the Hall of Fame game has already been announced. We got the Birds and the Birds. We got the Birds and the Cats. Which shout out to them, August 6th Hall of Fame game, right? Shout out to them. That's good for them. It's usually the most boringest game out of all the preseason games, but it gets everybody hyped up for.
But aren't you supposed to get us like that's the first game back for a preseason, and it's preseason, whatever it is, what it is. But Cardinals and they have to be like two of the least amount of Hall of Fame players on those teams, right? Like,
are they? I don't know.
I don't know. Like Panthers are only started in 1995. And then Arizona Cardinals, like maybe they have, I don't know how many players they have. I know Larry Fitzgerald and then who else like have been Hall of Fame players from them.
Let me see.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing I'm talking about. Like, I don't know. I looked at this game and I was like, man, you talk about ratings. Like you're going to get the ratings no matter what because NFL fans are going to be wanting it. But man,
yeah,
I was hoping
well, the least amount is the Texans with 2 and the Jaguars with 2. After them, it's the Bengals and the Panthers. Bengals and Panthers. Well, Panthers have 5. Let me see how much the Cardinals have. And the Cardinals have. Oh no, Cardinals. They got 23 members.
They're 23 members of people that have played for the Cardinals. Like Emmitt Smith is probably on that list.
No, Emmitt Smith's not on that list.
Because like if you look up Raider Hall of Famers, it's the same thing. They'll put like Randy Moss and stuff like that.
Well, you look at Kurt Warner, Larry Fitzgerald. Those are only Dick Lane.
Oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like
yeah. Well, I think whoever. I mean, however, I don't think anybody's really going to be watching those games. I mean, it's going to be fun to watch for the first time, though.
Tell Cheeto about the breaking news right now. Cheeto, he just joined the chat.
Breaking news, Cheeto. You didn't see that Maxx got traded?
Hey, if Maxx does get traded, I guess we'll be going live right away, huh?
No, he's gonna get traded after we go off air. That's what's gonna.
Well, I was thinking I have to go get a what's it called a cortisone shot today. Like, oh, that shit's gonna hurt like a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, watch, he's gonna get it right when I'm in the doctor's appointment, getting that shot, and my arm is gonna be like shot, and I can't tweet, I can't post nothing. It's gonna. That's when it's gonna happen. I'm be like, I'll be hurting and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, but that being said, though,
have you ever got a cortisone shot?
I don't even know what that is, to be honest with you. Yeah. My bad, but I hope it goes well, and I hope the Maxx Crosby news doesn't break when you're in there. But okay, right here. Jack said this. He says, "Bring up the Bakersfield summer kickoff event when it's time. This will be year 2 for me." So what's the deal on the?
It's May 16th.
Okay, Joe don't know
May
it.
16th. I want to get the exact date because I don't want to throw it out there.
Yeah, but for the summer kickoff, man, it's gonna be in May though, and Joe will be there. So if you guys are clamoring to go meet Joe or just go and let Joe know how fake of a Raider fan he is, you can go over there and just buy tickets, and you could just throw water bottles out, whatever you guys want to do, and tell him how wrong he is.
It is. It's May 16th.
Oh shit! My bad.
So May 16th, the 12th annual Bakersfield Summer Raider Nation kickoff. There's going to be, I mean, it's always live events out there. There's always rappers, like Raider rappers like Yaya and Certified and those kind of guys. And I know he's pushing to have more entertainment. There's always a DJ out there. And we've been getting good players. There's an autograph session for you. So if you get the autograph package, you can get your player signed for that event. You don't have like they I think they have different prices. I can find you right now. So I think the cheapest price to get in, the general admission is $28. That is standing room only. Kids 5 and under is free. Then you can get your VIP, which comes with a meal, lanyard, a badge, guaranteed seat. That's like $65. And then your early VIP for meet and greet is $108 right now. So $108 for your autograph. And remember, it could go up depending on if they get one player, two player. Like you're guaranteed one player, but it could go up to more players after that, depending on that, and that could actually raise the cost of it. So if you get it early, you're not going to pay more. But I mean, it's just something that it's in. Like I talked about, it's right after the draft, and it's in between OTAs, like the first couple OTAs. So you already got that momentum of talking about Raider football, getting you excited about who we just got in our draft and stuff like that, and getting ready for the next season. So it's always a good time to come out there and talk. And I'm out there, and I don't care. Like hate me, love me, talk to me, don't talk to me. I don't care. There's other podcast people out there that are out there talking. There's other fans that are out there. JPJ's parents were out there last year. Like you'll run into people and you'll find people that are. I think the Wrecking Crew, I think, went out there. I think Raider Travis has been out there. Cannon has come out there. Like there's a lot of people just to talk to. And then they even had some older players. Like Jay Schroeder was out there last year. So it just depends on who you want to talk to.
Yeah,
and what you're about, and a bunch of vendors. So if you're looking to buy some more Raiders stuff, like you're out there too. Oh, Cheeto, I have 2 spots, one for vending and one for the famous Cheeto Lounge. So there you go. Cheeto's out there.
Cheeto gonna be out there doing his thing. Money Loyalty will be performing as well, and hopefully Cheeto hops on the mic too. That'd be nice.
And I don't know if I'm breaking this or if he already put it. Oh shit, I don't know. Anyways, I'll just say it. And if Lorenzo gets mad, he gets mad. But they should be having the fights afterwards too. Like I think there's a big fight that night, so they'll put it on the big screen as well.
Okay.
If Lorenzo hasn't said that, I apologize, but I know that that was one thing that he was going to put out there too. So it's just a night of hanging out with the Raider Nation and having a good time and relaxing and talking about Raider football, and that's all we need, right?
No, for sure. I'm excited for it though, and I'll try to see if I could go too. And then if we get something going, then we'll definitely announce it though.
I'm not allowed in the Cheeto Lounge, dude. So
yeah, we're not allowed Cheeto Lounge, but hopefully we'll allow it somewhere else.
But hey, they said that we can have the back corner all the way in the back. That's where we get to go. But the Cheeto Lounge,
he's in the front.
I bet you we can get close to that. Cheeto be like having his security guards get rid of us, huh?
Probably. Mr. Fitz might be his security guard.
Oh no, hire that guy with the tattoo. That's who we need.
That's who we need. The guy with the tattoos. But for sure, we'll get into this last segment. It was the one that you had. We wanted to do
it's the Ronda fight. My bad. There you go.
Since we talked about the Hall of Fame game, you wanted to do a Raiders Hall of Fame blind ranking, right?
Yeah. Well, sorry, I just got a text. Remember how I told you I don't have sources, but I have people that talk to me.
Oh, we got sources. What's the source?
I just got a text, and this guy telling me if you listen to he goes, if you listen to the Albert Breer interview yesterday, where he said, "Let's go back and start, in October about Max's story." So he goes, "Hey, I sent you this video, and let me get it right." He says,
You got the video?
video. This is the most accurate statement that I've seen and heard all off season, and it was that story where Albert Breer was breaking it down and talking about it. So if you haven't watched that one, that is something that he has said. But then I asked him about the Jordan Shorts thing right now, and he goes, "What's his sources? Like, if it ain't coming from from Maxx, like,
Yeah. Well, Evan Siddery did post something though, that the Bears and Cowboys are among teams in serious pursuit of Maxx Crosby. The Raiders are listening to trade offers on Maxx Crosby as they hold out for high end value. So shout out to Evan, one of the most credible sources on Twitter. But yeah,
what's new? Like, even with Jordan Shorts throwing that out there today, what is new about the situation?
Nothing's new. It's just the fact that he's saying it's a little bit more real now.
Yeah, but he's saying, "Oh, wait a minute.
What happened?
What did the Bears get? Did that? All right. Wait, hold on. If the Bears got what I just think they heard they got."
Oh, right here. This is are you reading Adam Schefter?
No, I'm not reading Adam Schefter. It was just a text. What did the Bears get?
From Adam Schefter, he says compensation is that the Buffalo gets DJ Moore and a 2026 fifth round pick, and Chicago gets a 2026 second round pick. Second round pick.
Damn it! Okay. So I told you yesterday, Chicago was trying to acquire a second round pick to complete the Maxx Crosby trade.
Oh.
Remember, I told you this yesterday. I said they were waiting for a deal to get through so they can get another second round pick. Dude,
they get a second round pick.
I'm not saying that's it, but I know Chicago was trying to get a second round pick, and it was either I thought they were trying to trade Badgett for it with Arizona, but this might be the way they get it, and they wanted another top 100 pick, and they wanted a second round pick.
That's crazy. But explain that to us. Why is that such a big deal though? And why do you think the second round pick is big for a Maxx Crosby trade though?
Because you're still teams still want to draft. Like, you don't want to give up all your draft capital, and so Chicago still has needs after Maxx Crosby, right? They still have to build their team, and anytime you can add more capital, or say the Raiders aren't even interested in Tremaine Edwards, right? And they want that extra pick, and that now you're offering 2 first-round picks and a second this year. It's right there. I don't know why people see. No matter what I say, I get questioned. Like, this guy goes, "This dude said Badgett." Tyson Badgett is getting a lot of love out there right now. If you're out there, the Jets are one of them. The Arizona Cardinals, teams that are going to miss out on the Malik Willis are out there trying to get people. But yeah, I'm just saying, like, this helps. This gives more to Chicago to be able to fix their team and make now. Do I think it's going to happen? No, but this is more ammunition to make it okay to give away your first round pick when you have.
I see what you mean. Like, you're more inclined to give up that first round pick if you have 2 second round picks to get talent.
Because the Bears what's the Bears' first round pick? A 25th?
25.
Yeah. So you're okay. I still got my second round pick, and most of the time you can still move around the draft with that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's anything. But shit, man. I didn't think Seattle was. I didn't think Seattle. I didn't think Chicago was getting a second round pick for the dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, they value him that high. That's why we say it's crazy. Crazy things have happened in the NFL in the offseason and free agency. Like, you might think one thing, but a team might think a different thing. And they definitely thought of him real high to give up a second round pick for him, when a lot of people were expecting a 4th round pick for him.
Well.
But yeah, let's get into the segment though.
I don't think we'll be waiting long.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. I think. Oh man, I think it really is gonna happen. But go ahead. but we'll get into it.
All right. So I got you right here. Blind ranking. Ready? So put these guys 1 through 5, and you don't get to change anything after that. It's 1 through 5. You put them where you rank them, and once they're in that number, you're not changing them. All right.
Yeah.
This
is for Raider Hall of Famers, right?
This is blind ranking Raider Hall of Famers.
Okay.
1 through 5. Ready? The first one, Tim Brown.
Oh, yeah. Tim's got to be kind of high. I'll put Tim at 2.
So Tim Brown at number 2.
Okay.
All right. Howie Long.
Howie 4.
So Howie Long is number 4. Mike Hayes.
5.
So Mike Hayes at number 5. All right.
I got 1
Marcus
and 3.
Allen.
Oh, Marcus Allen. See, now
that number 1 and number 3 open for Marcus Allen.
Yeah, that's kind of tough, man. Like, I'm trying to think. There's so many legends, so many Hall of Famers. Marcus Allen, because he won the bowl and was an MVP, I'll give him number 1.
Marcus Allen going number 1. And this is why I wanted to do it, because I wanted to get you on this one. Because I know you love it. Charles Woodson.
Fuck. Oh, you know what? I'm not mad. I'm not mad. So he going to 3. Okay, so I got what? Marcus Allen, Tim Brown, Charles Woodson, Howie Long, and then
Mike Hayes.
I'm happy with my list. Come on, man. I'm happy with it.
For going in there blind, would you? Okay,
see, that's why I was like,
would you change anything if you would have known these 5 were out there, or would you have gone exactly right there?
No, I would have put Charles Woodson up 1 for me personally. I would have made Charles Woodson number 2, but it's Tim Brown is Tim Brown. That's Mr. Raider himself. So I'm happy with it. I think I like it. Y'all let me know down in the chat how I did, because I think I did pretty well.
No, I think.
How would you have done it? How would you have done it if you picked it? You know the players, but what order would you put them in?
Well, like you said, we're more prone to who you watched and who you did, but I think you're pretty much well right there. Like, me personally, like, I didn't get to watch a lot of Marcus Allen, but I watched a lot of Tim Brown and Charles Woodson. So I probably would have, and you. But the way I set it up is Marcus Allen was later, so you kind of had to put him at number 1 or number 3. But yeah, I think you're dead on. I think it was a good list. I think you did good. I probably would have.
Yeah.
I probably would have, like, if I would have been able to rank them myself. Yeah, I think Charles Woodson and Tim Brown would have probably been my 1, 2, and then Marcus Allen, because, like you said, you're more prone to who you watch. But history has shown that Marcus Allen probably would be number 1. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like. We have the
oh, shout out to Blacks. Oh, my bad.
No, I was just seeing what I saw the same thing you said. So go ahead.
I think that it's gonna be 2 firsts and Javon Dexter. Dang, I think that seems like a viable trade. It fits what the Raiders are asking for, and I don't think Javon is that bad, but he does fill in a need. But yeah, if that happens, then it happens. I think we'll definitely find out, and it's gonna intensify even more as the days go on, especially going into next week. Though, damn, that's crazy.
I would think that the Raiders would want to have the Maxx, if they were really going to trade Maxx. I would think they want to have it done by Sunday. So you don't want to be talking to free agents about, hey, is Maxx playing? You want it cleared up by the time you're negotiating with other people.
Yeah, but that not only that, it also, we know the Raiders would get a sense of the direction that they can go in free agency with or without Maxx Crosby, right? Because if you keep Maxx Crosby, then okay, we just got to go get a partner for him on the other side of the line, right? Or if we trade him away, then what pieces are you getting back for him? And what positions do you have to address now in free agency and the NFL draft? So,
if you trade Maxx, you get another $30 million.
That too. Cheeto said that he would rank Howie Long. I think I would put him up even more too. But yeah, guys, you can't mention the all-time greats without an honorable mention for Otto. Yeah, Jim Otto definitely a legend.
I was gonna put Otto in there, but I was like, I kind of wanted to keep it. Yeah. How am I not gonna mention Otto when I got this right here?
How we talk about Jim Otto? Oh, I thought Jim Otto was 79. Oh, I got the wrong one then. Never mind. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Yeah, I just
autograph by Jim Otto himself. Let's come on now. I got the Otto by Jim Otto. Come on.
Yeah, because when I originally made the list, I had Ray Guy in there too, and I was like, you know what, I want to mix it around. I don't want to go too old. I want to put a little mixture of everything in there.
Yeah. No, man. Shout out to Jim Otto though. Real one right there. Real one. But
you know what? And that's when I also gave Mark Davis a lot of love too. Is when Jim Otto died and he drove to the stadium to make the light the torch and everything. You know what I mean? Like that showed a lot behind that. Yeah. What was I gonna? I was gonna go to defensive lineman. Like,
yeah, but okay.
Well, yeah. If Maxx leaves, then if Maxx is traded, then Quay Walker better be a Raider, right? Then Quay Walker better be a Raider.
Just
That's the Raider show. Hey,
breaking news: Raiders star Maxx Crosby is being traded. No, he not.
Maxx Crosby. This is Simone Raider of SimoneRaider.com. I have a question.
He's nowhere. He's a Raider. He's being traded nowhere. He's a Raider for life. Trust me. I'll call Maxx Crosby right now on the phone and say, Max, is this true? He'll probably hang up on me anyways.
So if you say that Maxx ain't worth 2 first-round picks, a wide receiver DJ Moore just went 29 years old, just went for a second-round pick. So,
yeah, you must be out your damn mind, bro.
So, hey, you know what I like about it? If John Spytek has stuck to his guns, and he's going to get a bidding war out of it, and if he really is wanting to trade Maxx, or if he really said, "Hey, this is my offer," they're going to get it. They're going to get offered it. They're going to get offered. There's going to be a team that's going to say, "Here it is." Like they're going to get 2, and it's up to if they do it or not. And the Raiders are going to be sitting there, like, you know how you like when you ever get those phone calls, like I get them all the time where people are like, "I want to buy your house," and I'm like, "All right, well, give me $1 million and we'll be done." And one day, whether they go, "Okay, here it is," and it's like, "Oh, I was just fucking around." Like it's gonna happen. Like John Spytek threw this ridiculous price out there, 2 first-round picks and a player, thinking ain't nobody gonna do that shit. And then all of a sudden, he's looking at 3 offers of 2 first-round picks and a player. You're like, "Oh shit."
Well, damn, I didn't really mean it though, but okay. 3 first-round picks. I'm just joking.
What if he gets into a bidding war? Because what if Dallas is already offering 2 first-round picks? Now the Bears are into it, and you're like, "Hey," and now you actually get more than what you asked for. Like now there's like 2 first-round picks, a player, and an extra pick. Like now you're like, oh damn. I think I don't know. Like we talked about yesterday. The more it goes on, Raider Nation has been okay with coming to terms with the fact that we might lose Maxx Crosby. But I mean, you fucking got me earlier in the show. Like even if we are prepared for it, we're not prepared for it. Like
yeah,
you made me go silent for a good 30 seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty funny though. But nah, for sure, man. But hey, that being said, though, I know we went on pretty long though. But hey, shout out to the chat, man. You guys have been killing it every single day, man, and it continues to make us do this more. And we'll continue to learn a lot more along the way, and hopefully bring on some guests as well. I just got to get a list of people together, and then we'll just start bringing them on and get their thoughts on everything. But I really do feel like with next week, free agency, there's going to be a lot to talk about. And did Go Power Raiders send something old in the chat? Go Power Raiders so behind, bro. He said, look at what Jordan Show said about Maxx Crosby. Bro, you're late, dog. You're late. Of course, you say, yeah, you had me for a second. I didn't take you for shenanigans, though. Honestly, losing Mac was the worst for me. Losing Maxx would suck, but wouldn't come close to how I felt that day. Bro, I'm telling you, man, the way I felt, Man, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I want to show you. I know nobody's probably seen it though. Khalil Mack traded. Like this was when I was on and off of YouTube, bro. I was hurt.
Bring on Mitchell Renz.
Bring on Mitchell Renz. Yeah. Oh, here we go. my big ass, bro. Let me see if I can bring it on.
Oh, Raiders saying they're testing their Twitter, so they're ready for this.
Let me see if I can share this.
Cameron, what did I just see about Cameron Jordan?
We Raider? You said we Raider?
Oh, he getting this stuff ready.
Was that what he said?
Well, I just said testing.
Oh, is he? Oh, look at this.
Oh, right
this
here,
bro. This is the beat. Oh, what happened? Look at how sad I look, bro.
I woke up probably 10 minutes ago, and I really don't know what to say. Welcome to some sad news today. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, look at I
Raider Nation.
Look at this weirdo.
I just wanted to come on.
What'd you do with that jersey?
Give out my thoughts about what happened today and what happened this morning.
Okay.
So yeah, apparently we're going live right now. I'm pretty sure if you're
dude, you made it sound like somebody died. Like
what's going on
you
right
said
now.
Of what happened this morning.
Yeah, I'm just prolonging. I didn't even say it yet.
So stay tuned, Raider Nation.
I had to.
Wake up and
that was just the intro. You already trying
Khalil Mack to the Chicago Bears. Breaking news. I know there was a lot of talk about us trading Khalil Mack.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack getting shipped off. I guess we're trading Khalil Mack to.
Yeah. Okay, we could stop there. Oh,
why are you doing this to us? Why are you
supposedly for what?
You should
2 first-round picks. That's what we asked for.
Bro, that was me when I just woke up. Get shit out my eye, bro. And I was like, I seen the news. I was like, I'm gonna go live. Let's go live. And I just was speechless. See, I'm laughing right now, but I feel like my ass is gonna be on here. Maxx, you don't know what you did to me, Maxx. Maxx, don't leave, bro. But that's instant reaction though. Like, hey, I was sick, bro. I was sad, man. I was gonna cry.
I think that's what people don't get is like, it's harder to be in front of a camera and give your instant reaction and give your real life reaction and like to give your thoughts because it's people can always go back and use it and be like, well, you said it was good for at the time that we traded Maxx, or it was bad, or at that time, whatever. Where it's easier for people who not doing content can be like, well, I told you guys last week. Like, did you tell us last week? Like, like yeah, I told my wife this and in the kitchen, and I told her like, it's easier to go back and say that you knew something at the time when you really don't. The only jersey I buy, he's the only jersey people buy. What is Cheeto talking about?
What?
Oh, he's talking about when Maxx is gone. That's the only jersey that people buy.
Yeah, that's hard messing with the nation. Yeah. Oh,
Cheeto, you're gonna make your money. You want Mendoza to be drafted because you're gonna make your money off him, and you want Rodriguez to be drafted because you're gonna make your money off those.
Yeah, bro. Like, trust me. Like watching that back, bro. I was going through it. It was crazy. It was definitely crazy.
Man,
but that's why I said, like, if it was to happen, what do you call it? If it was to happen, I'd definitely be sad. I think if I go live, then yeah, mine's.
If you see a notification today that we're live, it's the Maxx news.
Ah, man, I'm not ready for it though. Low-key, I'm low-key not ready for it. I remember when we trade. Like I laugh because it's so funny because I could react to a lot of things that I did all the reactions. Like when we got Josh McDaniels, I was so excited. Oh, bro. Okay, I know there's a lot of people.
If Maxx gets traded, do I just make a video where I drop the mic and be like, I I told you guys it was going to happen, or do I not brag about it?
No, you don't brag about it.
Because I took a lot of shit for it, and I still am.
Well, because like you're supposed to.
Yeah, you don't brag about your best player being traded, but it's like I've told you guys, like we've tried to prepare you guys for this.
Bro, you want to see the Cause it's funny because I have such a big blueprint on YouTube that like everything that's happened, like trust me, the Raiders have put me through a ringer, bro. I still remember the moment I hopped off the Derek Carr train, and everybody gets on me because you know I hate on them and stuff like that. I was the biggest Derek Carr supporter. I was fighting all these trolls, people like Joe Morley back in the day. Like that was me. But you remember that game that we had? I think it was week 11 against the Bengals, where he just couldn't do nothing. Like he was interceptions, like, bro, I damn near cried, bro. Like I was pissed, bro. Like I wasn't crying because I was like, but I was like pissed off. And from that moment since then, it was the 2021 season. It was when we played the Bengals during the season, though. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Derek Carr did bad, and like I was like, let me see. This is probably. I still remember that last year because everybody agreed with me, but then afterwards, everybody forgot about how bad Derek Carr was playing and shit. Let me see. I think I come out like just talking shit about him.
You look like you're ready to talk some shit.
I was trying to keep my composure too, because I was like, I was fun to.
You're looking like the early Roman Reigns when he didn't know what to say in the ring.
I didn't know what to say.
Like he couldn't cut the promos early. Like you're like,
I was silent. I think I was like, but even the chat was agreeing with me how bad Derek Carr was.
Somebody said I was more of a Matt McGloin over Derek Carr.
I thought I'd never come to see this day. Like, I thought I would never have to break, you know? Like, it's this fucking team, man. This fucking team, bro.
I think I talked about Derek Carr. Hold on.
They will suck all the energy out of you, bro.
Pause.
Oh, damn. Damn.
I can't do it no more, man. I can't stick up for Derek Carr anymore. It's crazy. I thought I'd never come to see this day.
And this is why Derek Carr won't come on the pod right here.
He's not the only. Trust me, he's not the only reason why we lost this game. I'm not saying that, but I think it's time. It's time, bro.
And this is coming from a Carr supporter.
So sickening to watch this game.
This is.
I need a screenshot.
And when we needed our leader the most, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. And when he wanted to come through, it was too late. Then he throws the whole ball game away.
Hey, just look at your eyes right there.
I can't do it no more, bro. I can't do it no more.
You can see the pain in your eyes right there.
That's crazy, man. This
fucking there it is. Right, give me a tear. One tear, just one tear.
Kind of tough, man. It's
I'm trying to get
tough.
when I went off. So hold on.
I'm here on live and talk to you guys and voice my opinion. Usually, I don't really do lives. I'm wrong down the line, but, bruh.
Hey.
Shout out to Los Bonos. Tired feeling. I'm not gonna.
Hey, somebody said they want to see when
Derek Carr,
your reaction with Carl. It's
time to move on. Rich Bisaccia?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
He ain't that guy.
He ain't that guy. Every time they pan the camera to him, this dude looked lost out there. He looked fucking scared out there. Like he didn't know what to call out there. Like he just was there to be there. Every time they pan the camera to him, he had no type of emotion. Some act like you want to be there. Act like you want to win. I don't know. At least with John Gruden, he has some type of emotion to show us.
And granted, this is the year we went to the playoffs. This is the year before we went on the run. It was okay. I don't want to make it all about
two of the Raider greats right there. Derek Carr and Rick Bisaccia. Oh, you broke the cardinal rule of Raider Nation. You were two of the greatest people in Raider Nation history.
Bro, I don't want to keep like going on with that, but there's a point in there. I think I was trying to find it though, but where I was ranting on Derek Carr, like I was getting on his ass, bro. And from that moment, it was the moment I hopped off the wagon. I seen the whole picture. So I was like, Derek Carr, great guy, always gonna go down as a Raider, but he's never gonna get us over the hump. He's not gonna be the quarterback to get us over the hump. We could continue to say the offensive line is bad, the defense is bad, the coaching is bad, everybody's bad but Derek Carr. But then, funny enough, like I said, we went. Who's that?
Cheeto.
Oh, Cheeto!
I just opened my phone. I saw Cheeto. Hey, okay. So if
break
that
it
was
up.
your reaction after that Bengals loss that year, I would have loved to see your reaction after the Steelers loss. Like that would be.
Oh, bro, that was even worse. Oh, that was
what I told you.
that was another year. That was a different year.
I told you, like, if you were done after the Bengals, remember I told you Josh Jacobs said that they were already talking about a new quarterback, like after like week 10 or something like that.
Yeah,
they were done with Derek Carr. Like the players were done with Derek Carr,
bro. And that's why I feel like I think with overtime now and after the Raiders moved on from Derek Carr, people are like, okay, what was I gonna say? People are now looking back like, oh, Derek Carr is the best thing that we had, and he was the best thing that we had. But people tend to forget that Steeler game. People tend to forget that 2021 season. He wasn't that guy no more, and that's why I said like, this is coming from like a Derek Carr fan, like a die hard. Like when people were talking about Tom Brady bringing him over, I said, hell no. We got Derek Carr. He's way better than Tom Brady, and Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. But that's
you keeping that motherfucker.
Yeah, you keeping that motherfucker. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I love Derek Carr. But that's why I tell people, like, he wasn't the guy. He wasn't the answer. Yeah, we haven't found the right guy. We haven't found the right quarterback since him. And that's the Raiders' fault. But I still wouldn't want to go back to Derek Carr. I still rather go, and now we got a chance to go get the number one guy, right? We got the number one guy coming into the draft.
Yeah. And Cheeto, you're 100% correct. I think that's what most Raider Nation was upset. And it's not moving on from Carr. It's not having a plan after what to do with the Kardashians. I love it. Like the Carr stands, like there's still, but the people that love Carr, there's a big love for Aiden O'Connell out there. The Aiden O'Connell worshipers and stuff like that too. Like we as Raider Nation, we fall in love with mediocre players for some reason. And maybe it's because we lose so much that we have nothing else and we just find the guys that are hard workers. But I mean, I like Derek Carr. I think,
Derek Carr will still go down as one of the best Raiders for me. But I just know when it's time to move on. That's why I said when that happened, I was like, bro, like, okay, he's not that good. Even when we went to the playoffs, it wasn't because of him. Like for me, it wasn't because of him. It was more because of the running game and the defense.
And didn't he miss a wide open Darren Waller in the playoffs to win the game?
And then there's that.
Was it Darren Waller? Who was wide open? Somebody was wide open.
It was Darren Waller, or I forgot who it was, but he tried to. But yeah, that was that. But I know we about to head out of here pretty soon. Shout out to the chat, man. But now you see why we got excited for Jimmy G. And the thing, okay, I know not a lot of people are still here in the chat, but people probably see me talk about Jimmy G, and I think it's like a meme at this point that Jimmy G's my favorite quarterback. The reason why I say that is because I was one of the guys that wanted Derek Carr out. And Jimmy G was the next guy. So I hyped up Jimmy G so much that now I'm not hopping off that train. Like Jimmy G to me is one of the best quarterbacks, bro. I was like, I can't back off. But you know what? I want to give a shout out to Cheeto though, doing the hard work of breaking the news for us.
Hey, that's the one thing. Look at Cheeto.
Well. Bears are trading star DJ Moore to the Bills.
Let them know, Cheeto.
I guess those rumors about Maxx Crosby going to the Bears weren't so true after all, huh? Yeah. So you could cross the Bears off the list of places that Maxx Crosby's going to, I guess. So we'll see. Man, I swore they kept saying this was going to happen this week, right? Mm-hmm. And Maxx was going to be a Bear for sure. Isn't that why he had Caleb on his show? He's always having Caleb. He's always dabbing Caleb.
Let him know, Cheeto.
He's really going to the Bears.
Let him know, Cheeto.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, in your face, Joe. In your face, Joe.
Hey, Jane Slater. I just posted a tweet right now. on the Maxx Crosby and the Cowboys being in play, right? And she says what she was told from a team source of the Dallas Cowboys. The Raiders are talking to a lot of people, but we would not give up 2 first-round picks. That's the situation. Will it change? They don't know. But a source told a Dallas Cowboys source told Jane Slater that the Cowboys aren't giving up 2 first-round picks, but the Raiders are talking to teams about Matt.
Yeah, they're like, yeah. I still think that there's a market out for him.
I just want to know who's leaking this shit. Like, is it because look, as much as people say that the media hates the Raiders, do I think there's a little bias against the Raiders sometimes? Yes. But they don't just go and make up stories. Agents, teams, like this is what the insiders make their money off of. Like an agent will go behind the scene and tell like Adam Scheffler or somebody be like, hey, leak this out there for me and see what happens. Or a team goes out there and says, hey, we might put, Samoan Raider on the trade block right now. Leak it out there so we kind of see like the whispers of what the internet says. And you don't think the Raiders did that? The Raiders did that this year, right when they were fired Pete Carroll. What did we hear? Brian Dable or Brian Flores could be the next coach or combined coming in here, right? And then Brian Flores didn't even get an interview with us, like because of how much of the negative reaction that they got. Or you want to float little stuff out there. I'm sure agents do it all the time, and even some insiders have come out and said it. Where, yeah, I will like who was it? Adam Scheffler, who the Cleveland Browns got him a couple of years ago when they were doing a coaching hire, and they said, "Oh, everybody's on the table." One name, Condoleezza Rice. We might even bring her in for an interview. And Adam Scheffler reported it, and then the Browns the next day were like, "No, what the hell is that? Like, we're not even doing that." Made him look stupid, but it's just like teams do play around a little bit.
Yeah,
but Maxx Crosby's barber said he ain't going nowhere. So
that's what I see. Yeah, so somebody said that he's firing his barber. Stupid. Yeah, we don't know what to believe, but we know for sure there's talks, and the Raiders are talking to teams about Maxx Crosby, and we'll find out in the next coming days where Maxx Crosby could go.
Look, do you want Maxx Crosby to be traded or not traded?
Me? Not traded. Not traded.
Okay, so if I make a video today and I go, Maxx Crosby is being traded this weekend, then he'll stay in Las Vegas, because it's always opposite of what I say.
Yeah, so
if I come out and say, hey, Maxx is staying in Las Vegas,
well, he gonna stay one way or another.
Hey, he got a new home in the Bay.
He got a new home in the Bay. We got to shut down all the planes going out of Las Vegas for the next 24 to 48 hours. We'll be good. People are saying bring in Odell Beckham for our wide receiver 1 position. Okay. But that being said, like, until we find some more things out, man, like I said, we're gonna continue to talk about it we'll continue to talk about it as the days come, because it's been one of the hottest topics right now. And Jordan Schultz even put something out earlier today, and we'll find out. We'll find out what goes on. But I think the Raiders are definitely sticking to their asking price of that 2 first-round picks and a player. We'll just see if somebody divvies up and offers that to the Raiders, and we'll see if the Raiders even entertains that and makes the deal happen. But like I said before, the fact that the Raiders are sticking firm to that price is because they're waiting for that offer to be put on the table, and Maxx Crosby hasn't asked for a trade from the team. The moment Maxx Crosby asks for a trade, I think the Raiders are going to just take whatever best available whatever best available offer that they have on the table. But until then, I think Maxx has not come out and said anything to the team yet.
Yeah, but, that's the good thing about Maxx not saying anything too, is the Raiders can sit there and just play their cards. And we talked about it. I think Maxx is okay either way. I think he would be okay leaving, and he would be okay staying. Now, I don't think he'll ever come out and say, I want to be traded.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, until then, like I said, we'll talk about it. We'll come live, and we'll talk about it. But shout out to the nation. If you guys haven't already, man, hit that like button. Takes a little bit of your time. Does a lot for the channel, though. And hopefully we get to keep Maxx Crosby for the foreseeable future. Until then, you guys can find me at Samoa Raider on all social media platforms, and you can find Joel Morley at the Joel Morley _. But until then,